we were talking about this yesterday. I'm of the opinion that hero classes should be like way, 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 way more cosmetic based than they actually are. Yeah, so I'm of the opinion that these hero classes, hero talent trees, should be way more cosmetic based than not. I'm one of those people, and I think, I don't think we're in the majority, but I think we're probably like 50-50. I'm one of those people that would actually prefer this system if it was purely cosmetic, but way, way more cosmetic. And I've got to be really careful not to try and imprint what I want this system to be on top of what it actually is, and then get disappointed because it's not the thing that I want it to be, right? Like, it's meant to be a player power progression. It's meant, well, not progression, just a player power like choice and variety. It is very specifically more tailoring of your build. It's a build thing, right? It is important that you make the right choice of hero talent tree for the content that you're playing. Like, that's going to be important. It's as simple as that. It is mostly passive, so generally what they tend to do is, because they're doing it to kind of introduce more stuff to the talent tree without introducing that many more choices, really. So there's a couple of kind of choice nodes on each tree, but you will fill out. It would be like dragon riding. You know how dragon riding, you fill out the entire tree? Some of us fill out the entire tree. Some of us, not called Evertel, fill out the entire tree. Others of us can't always be bothered to get the glyphs. But most of us fill out the entire tree in dragon riding. And so you have everything, but then there are some choice nodes within that. That's what hero talents is going to be. Essentially, overall, it's 2 extra choices on your talent tree. But they're big choices because they generally buff and kind of expand one major ability. Right, so there'll be a warrior talent tree that kind of buffs Thunderclap or something, and another warrior talent tree that buffs Whirlwind instead. So you're like, well, which one do I want to be buffing here? And it's probably going to come down to, am I doing single target or like AOE? And here's the thing, that's probably what it's going to come down to. Your choice of hero talent tree, in most cases, if it changes at all, is probably going to come down to, am I doing single target or AoE? And maybe that's good. Maybe that's a bit boring. What I definitely think is going to be what would be better is a cosmetic thing. I think, and it would have to be super cosmetic as well. And I think that would be amazing. That's what I want it to be. And hopefully, when the system fails terribly, that's what they'll convert it into. But, I'd like it to be, literal spell effect changes that you unlock, okay? When you become a Dark Ranger, right? I think Pack Leader is definitely going to be Beast Mastery, isn't it? When you become a Dark Ranger, as far as I can tell, all your spell effects aren't going to change to Dark Ranger looking spell effects, which is what everyone wants. It's like, look, you can be a Dark Ranger. It's like, oh, cool. So my arrows have kind of black smoke coming out of them when you shoot them. And it's like, no. Oh, okay, boo. There might be one or there are visual effects changes depending, but bear in mind, depending is a big word there, because like I say, and like they say, most of these talent trees affect basically one ability. The idea of these trees is that they really impact one specific ability or a couple of abilities, for a certain style of play. So that word depending means, it will change the effect of some of your spells depending on if they are ones that are changed by the hero talent tree, right? And since only 1 or 2 will be, that is at most 1 or 2 kind of visual effect changes that will be happening. So, and I feel like we are getting very caught up in the idea of the visual changes, and I don't think that's going to be a huge part of it. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be anywhere near as much as people want. Seriously. And the thing is, you're never going to be choosing them for the visual changes anyway, because that's not what the system is for. But I want it to be that. I want it to be a system where you only change the spell effects. It's not Warlock Green Fire exactly. And that's what I think about 50% of the player base really, really want it to be. They really want it to be Green Fire. That's what people want it to be. People want it to be a class skin. And when I say people, I don't mean everyone, but I think there is like a bit of a 50-50 kind of split in the community on that. I think, a sizable portion of the community really want it to be very, very cosmetic. And I don't think it will be. So just preparing you for that. But in my ideal world, yeah, it would be a long talent tree, much more like an artifact talent tree, and you are unlocking it like an artifact over time, like over the course of the first season, and it's okay to make it a permanent grind then, because it's not player power related at all. So you can feasibly unlock all of one of the talent trees over the course of like the first season. You can feasibly unlock the second talent tree over the course of the second season. You can feasibly unlock the third one over the course of the third season. And that's okay, because it's not player power related. And that is your constant, grind over the entire course of the game, like your artifact power. And I think people would be okay with that if it's not player power related, and it's like something to aim for, right? And then it would be evergreen as well, yeah, because you can go back to other classes. It doesn't have to be expansion specific, right? You'll always be able to earn this currency that allows you to unlock these talent trees. So you can always go back on alts, and it's a reason to play them and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I'd like it to be complete changing of the spell effects. That's what I want it to be. And I would actually introduce even more than that. I would add transmog changes to it as well. So I would have like the Archon Priest not being able to wear plate armor, but I would make like an overall perk of the Archon Priest that you can transmog plate armor. How cool would that be? It's not just changing like your spell effects, but it's also like you are a battle priest, you are an Archon, so you get to transmog plate armor now. Fucking go for it. Yeah, so you get the plate silhouettes. You get to look like Anduin or something, basically. That'd be so cool. I thought you can do that with warbands already. No. You can collect plate transmog for your plate-wearing characters with warbands on your priest, but you can't wear plate on your priest with warbands. It's just that's just collecting the transmogs. That's what warbands is for. I would have it so you could literally wear that shit. But not like equip it, but just transmog it. And yeah, totally. And with Sentinel, I would absolutely have it so that Sentinel would be, it'd have to be a survival hunter. And I'd have it so you could transmog glaives, 100%. Not equip glaives, but I'd have it so you could transmog glaives. Because changing what like gear your class can or your spec can actually equip through a cosmetic talent tree would be an almighty faff. It would like just be stupid. It would just be silly. There's no need to do it. Just change the transmog rules for them. I think it'd be really, really cool. Isn't a plate-wearing priest a paladin? Fathom Lord Crunch, you need to take that up with Anduin, okay? I'm not going to have this debate with you. I don't have to. I think it should be. Hopefully, this will be a gateway to class skins. I really, really hope so. But what other things could you have? It'd be so much fun. Now, I did ask. I feel like. So I don't know if you've seen the interview that I did with Terran Gregory and Frank Kawakowski, which we put on the second channel today. And I think maybe some people are thinking maybe some of these will be kind of pushing people into more of a support role. Maybe this is how they're kind of giving other classes support specs. Maybe one of these will have like support things on it, like an augmentation evoker. And that is not apparently happening, no. I think it's been said in other interviews as well, but in my interview, they definitely said there are no plans for any new support specs in the War Within. And then when I kind of went, what about hero talents? Will they maybe enable people to go a bit more supporty? And they're like, not in the sense of being a support spec, no. So it's kind of weird because, it turns out Augmentation Evoker is, in fact, the only support spec that you're going to get for another expansion. If they're to be believed, mind, because, it is what it is. Of course they're subject to change. Of course they are. But, this is what I've been told the current philosophy behind them is, And there was also no third spec plan for Drag Theory. Well, exactly. So, like I say, take it with a pinch. But, I'm inclined to believe them on that. So let's go through these really quickly. Rider of the Apocalypse. I just want to hear your opinions on what classes what specs these are actually going to be. Sand Lane is obviously going to be blood and presumably frost, I want to say. You know, Rider of the Apocalypse, I'd imagine is going to be unholy and probably frost. And then Deathbringer is probably going to be unholy and blood. Those are my guesses for that. San is 100% unholy. Oh, is it? They are zombie vampires. Yeah, but zombies don't have... Oh, yeah, okay, I get it. Yeah, okay, maybe. I guess so. You're probably right. Blood and unholy for San Lane. Okay, if you say so. If you say so, guys, I believe you. So who is going to be the Riders of the Apocalypse then? That's the thing. What are the Riders of the Apocalypse? What two specs are that one? Frost and unholy? Yeah, that's what I think too. So that means Deathbringer is going to be blood and frost, right? Cool. So Evoker, Chrono Warden is obviously going to be augmentation and presumably like a healer Evoker. Ruby Adept is probably going to be healer and like a DPS. I forget their names, sorry. And Scale Commander is presumably going to be healer and DPS, I'd imagine. Deathbringer is blood. Yeah, Deathbringer would be blood and frost, I think. That's my guess. Scale Commander sounds like cool. Oh, Commander sounds like the buffer. Oh, okay, yeah, maybe. And I guess you're right. Sorry, augmentation doesn't use like red magic stuff, does it? So you're right. That would be like that would be DPS and healing, Ruby Adept. And then augmentation would be the DPS and augmentation for sure. Devastation augmentation for Scale Commander, yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's what I think so too. Yeah, thank you. Good. It's good. This is why I'm doing it with you guys. So you can put me right. Master of Harmony. I mean, that's got to be healing and I guess tanking, right? Healing and. Oh, you reckon that's healing and DPS? Okay. So. Because I thought Conduit of the Celestials would have been healing and DPS. Okay, so you reckon that's Master of Harmony is healing and DPS, which would make Shadowpan tank and DPS. And then Celestials, you reckon, is tank and healing. Okay, I buy that. But are we all agreed that Shadowpan is DPS and tank, right? Yeah, for sure. Okay, Rogue. I'm not so great with my rogues, so help me out here. Deathstalker has to be assassination. Surely. Probably assassination and subtlety, right? Oh, wait, subtlety? Yeah, subtlety still exists, right? Yeah. Deathstalker's got to be assassination and subtlety. Trickster then has to be outlaw and subtlety, I'm going to guess. And then Fatebound is probably outlaw and assassination. Would be my guess. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're all agreed on that one. That's an easy one. Obviously, the Demon Hunter, they're both, so it's a bit of a boring one. Shaman, Stormbringer is surely going to be the 2 DPS. Gotta be, right? Yeah, gotta be the 2 DPS. Which makes Farseer... which is which, then? Elemental and Resto for Farseer, and then Enhancement and Resto for Totemic. I buy it. Sounds good to me. Yeah, that makes loads of sense. Hunter, I'm a bit confused about the Hunter ones. What do we think? So Sentinel obviously has to be survival for the DPS, for like the melee stuff, right? How do you mix like a? It's got to be one for like 2 of these have to be for a melee and a ranged DPS. So you think it's going to be survival and marksman, okay? And then pack leader would then have to be. Oh, that would okay, that makes sense because then pack leader is obviously survival and beast mastery. And then Dark Ranger would have to be beast mastery and marksmanship, right? So Dark Ranger can be beast mastery and marksmanship. So there won't actually be a melee element to the Dark Ranger in that case. Yeah, because marksmanship can go lone wolf. Exactly. So yeah, and always do. So so Nathanos has pets. Yeah, Nathanos has pets, and so do survival hunters. Like survival hunters literally need their pet, as do beast mastery. So pack leader is definitely those two. See, I thought that Dark Ranger should be survival marksman, but that doesn't fit. I think it's got to be beast mastery marksman, surely. Which is a shame. You know? Whatever, man. Paladin, Lightsmith, Herald of the Sun, and Templar. I mean, that's all the same, isn't it? Lightsmith, healer, tank. Herald of the Sun, DPS, healer. Templar, heals and DPS. I'm not sure I agree with that one. I feel like Herald of the Sun. I don't know. I'm really confused about this one. Templar as tank and DPS. Yeah, maybe. You reckon? Herald of the Sun would then be Herald as heals and tank. You reckon? Okay. Which would make Lightsmith, Ret, and Holy. Okay. Yeah, I buy it. We'll get into the good ones now, though. Warlock. Soul Harvester is obviously, the sucky one. Oh, shit, I've forgotten my Warlock spec names. Help me out, fam. Yeah, Affliction. Thank you. Got to be Affliction. And you reckon Soul Harvester is going to be demo? I don't. I think Soul Harvester is going to be Affliction and demo. Yeah. I thought you were saying Destro. Sorry, yeah. No, it's gonna be demo and Affliction, that one, because like you're summoning like demons and taking their souls and shit in demo. I'm certain Soul Harvester will be demo. Because I also Hellcaller is obviously going to be demo and Destro for sure. Like 1,000,000%, which would make Diabolist, Affliction, and Destruction. Which, yeah, I buy it. The only thing you could say about Diabolist being maybe Demonology is like summoning and stuff. Summoning circles are kind of Diabolist, aren't they? You know? So maybe you could make a case for that being... I'm certain some of these will change, obviously, by the time we actually get there anyway. Some of these names we will literally never, ever see again beyond this slide right here. That's definitely certain. I don't want to talk about the Druid ones because I'm bored of Druids. I love 10.2. I'm having such a good time in 10.2. Okay, let's talk about it. We know that Alun's Chosen is balance and bear, right? Yeah, tank and boomy. Keeper of the Grove is probably going to be tank and heals, I'm guessing, if they didn't say that already. Yeah. Which would make Wild Stalker. Oh, wait. Keeper of the Grove is balance and heals. Okay. I see. Awesome. Okay. Which would make Wild Stalker cat and bear, I guess. No, Druid of the Claw will be cat and bear. Druid of the Claw will be cat and bear. It's got to be, right? It'd be stupid if it wasn't. Yeah. Which would make Wild Stalker cat and heals, I guess. No, we got 2 for heal. Yeah. Oh, it's too. I knew it was going to be too confusing with 4. I find it impossible to keep track with 4. I find it so hard. Yeah, Wildstalker could be fucking anything. The only one that I'm definitely going to say is Druid of the Claw has to be bear and cat, right? Has to be. That's the only one that I'm going to be like, yeah, do it. Yeah, I would guess that Wildstalker is cat and heals. And so heals has Wildstalker and Keeper of the Grove. Well, wouldn't heals have Alun's Chosen? Yeah, I feel like Wildstalker is actually cat boomy. Yeah, that's what I feel. I feel Wildstalker is cat boomy. Alun is balance and bear. No, I think a loon is just balance, but Keeper of the Grove is balance and bear. I don't know. I'm confused. Druid of the Claw has to be bear. Has to be. Why does Demon Hunter have 2? Shouldn't it be only 1? No, because you need a choice of 2, no matter what spec you are. Each spec gets a choice of 2. If they had 1, they wouldn't have a choice. And like the entire point of this system is to have a choice, right? They literally said a loon is balance and bear. Oh, okay. So Keeper of the Grove isn't bear then. Keeper of the Grove is probably heals and balance. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, bear would be a loon's chosen and Druid of the Claw. Which is what I said. Why? So the reason you confused me with your comments there, guys, is you were saying your comments like you were correcting me, but actually you were agreeing with me. So you confused me a little bit. Sorry. Yeah. And then Boomy is Keeper of the Grove and Loon's Chosen, right? And then Cat would be Wildstalker and Druid of the Claw. And then heals would then, I guess, be some other ones. Yeah, my head hurts too. This is why I didn't want to get onto fucking druids. Mage! This is so funny. The mage one is so funny because the mage ones are already like so kind of hero talent like. Fire mage, frost mage, arcane mage. Like putting another thing on top of those it kind of feels a bit silly. So it's like, you're a Frostfire Frost Mage or a Frostfire Fire Mage. It's just a bit silly. I don't know. It just strikes me as being a little bit OTT. But Sun Fury is obviously going to be Fire and Arcane. Frostfire is obviously going to be Fire and Frost. And Spellslinger is obviously going to be Frost and Arcane. That's literally the only way it can work with these names. Because like fire has to be sun and fire, right? And frost has to be at least frost. So there's only so much we can do here. Yeah. 100%. No discussion there. Priest, Void Weaver, obviously has to be Shadow and presumably Disc. So is Oracle or Archon more Shadow Priest? Is Shadow Priest going to have Oracle or Archon? I'm guessing Oracle, right? Archon would be... you reckon Archon is going to be... Oh, Shadow? Oh, okay, great. Why? But Archon is more Shadow if we go StarCraft. Oh, okay, because I'm just going by Shadow lands, where the Archon was the head of Bastion, and that was all light and holy shit, right? You know? That's what I'm guessing. So, but then Oracle is like predicting the future, which is kind of Discipline Priest, because like Discipline Priest, you have to know all the mechanics of the fight in advance. Right? So like I think Disc will be Void Weaver and Oracle. Oh yeah, Void Weaver has to be Shadow like. So yeah, Oracle would be okay. Well, I think Discs is definitely Void Weaver and Oracle. Holies is definitely Oracle and Archon. And it's just whichever extra one Shadow has, whether it's Oracle or Archon. Oracle just feels more Disc and Holy. Yeah, well, Oracle's definitely Holy, for sure. Yeah, so judging by the fact that Discipline Priests need to know the future to effectively heal, I'm going to guess that Discipline Priest is Oracle. That's my guess. Which leaves us just with Warrior, and I think we know a couple of these as well, right? So Mountain Thane is... did they say that one was Arms and Prot? Oh, sure. So just tell me what the Warrior ones are. Oh, Prot and Fury. Okay, so Colossus would be... because Slayer has got to be Fury as well, right? So Slayer has got to be probably Arms and Fury, and then Colossus is Arms and Prot. Yeah, is what I guess. Yeah, sure. Yeah, pretty straightforward. So there's a couple that the hunter ones I'm interested in seeing what they do. Pack leader is obviously survival and dark and beast mastery, but the other ones I'm a bit confused on. I feel like the paladin ones could be fucking anything. The warlock ones, there's a couple of ones I'm not sure on. The others all kind of speak for themselves, I think. Yeah, the other ones are all pretty easy to guess.